Ah, Genshin ships. The simple phrase that sends either a cold chill down your spine or fills your AO3 loving heart with glee. So what is a ship? No, I'm not talking about the Alcor. Shipping, derived from the word relationship, is the desire by followers of a fandom for two or more characters to be in a romantic relationship, at least in this context. With so many characters filling out the Genshin Impact roster, there's bound to be dozens of combinations to choose from. But which character pairing is the most popular, according to the fans? Who is the cutest couple? Who do we most want to see holding hands? That is what we are here to find out today. A few weeks ago, I posted a poll on Twitter and my YouTube community tab to find out what you think about the top 35 most popular ships in the game. I had everyone anonymously rate each pairing on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being their most loved ships and 1 being their most hated ships. I also included a few short answer prompts at the end just for fun. I apologize in advance if your favorite rare pair was not included in the poll. There are endless combinations and only so much time, so hopefully you understand. We received almost 10,000 responses to the survey. It definitely seems like the community has a lot of opinions on this matter. So without further ado, after compiling and sorting all the data, I will now rank the most popular Genshin Impact ships. According to you. Emphasis on the you. These are your opinions, not mine. Coming in at number 35, in dead last, is Kujo, Sara, and A. Their average score out of 10 was 4.0. I am not too surprised to see them so low. A lot of people call Sara like a simp, and I know that this relationship is sort of like a one-sided thing. Also, A definitely has a more popular ship, so not too surprised to see them at the bottom. Number 34 is Mona and Scaramouche. Their average was 4.34. This is one of those ships that I never even thought about until a couple people mentioned it. I suppose it's one of those like enemies to lovers type of ships. Not very popular though, supposedly. Number 33 is Lumine and Scaramouche. Their average was 4.59. I am surprised to see them so low, although it might be personal bias. Scaramouche is sassing Lumine all the time, and it is, you know, I'm not gonna talk too much about it. All right, anyway, moving on. Number 32 is Toma and Ayaka. Their average score was 4.60. Toma and Ayaka have the sort of childhood friend situation. It's a very sweet sort of pairing. Not very popular though. Again, I think there's other ships with these two characters that tend to be more popular. Number 31 is Kazuha and Scaramouche. Their average was 4.83. Another ship that I never knew existed until people started talking about it. Is this even classified as enemies to lovers? Scaramouche did some pretty bad stuff to Kazuha's family. Number 30 is Aether and Albedo. Average score of 4.89. Some people were asking me why I was splitting up the twins. I could have just done Traveler x Albedo, but people have differing opinions on whether they like Aether better with a character or Lumine, so in this case, we have Aether. They're just blonde boys doing what blonde boys do. Number 29 is Kaya and Albedo. Their average was slightly higher at 5.03. The two Mondstadt boys. This ship is definitely more divisive than the last one. There's lots of more ones, but also more tens and less fives. They seem to have almost opposite-ish personalities. One's more outgoing, the other one's more introverted, so I can see the opposites attract sort of situation here. Number 28 is Sucrose and Albedo. Their average was 5.06, very close to number 29, and another ship with Albedo. This is sort of a beginner ship. I feel like they come up pretty early. Sucrose seems to look up to Albedo. There might be a little bit of a power dynamic going on here, but apparently some people see it as cute. Number 27 is Sucrose and Kale. Their average is 5.13. More of a newer ship. This developed a little bit more in a recent quest. A lot of people seem to think this was very cute. They were bonding, they were chit-chatting. Number 26 is Ayaka and Aether. Their average was 5.15 on the dot. Ayaka in the Traveler had a very cute moment during her story quest. Please keep your eyes on me while I dance and whatnot. She doesn't seem to keep many people close. She doesn't have many friends, so it was very sweet, her interaction with the Traveler. Number 25 is Venti and Xiao. Their average was 5.34. The two shoddy, greenish-haired boys, they didn't seem to interact much until that trailer came out recently for the festival. Oh, the tension. Number 24 is Goro and Ito. Their average was 5.34 as well, but just slightly higher than Venti and Xiao. The two feral-ish Inazuma boys. I suppose people think Goro's sort of shy, subdued nature is cute against Ito's brash boldness. Number 23 is Kaya and Rosaria. Their average is 5.5. Kaya and Rosaria are drinking in the local Mondstadt bar. They are pulling pranks on people. Rosaria's rolling her eyes at Kaya. While this is one of my personal biases, it appears that it's about middle of the road for the rest of the community. Number 22 is Diluc and Jean. Their average is 5.52. Early on in the game, I suppose there were some hints that these two had something going on. The first time I ever played this game, I was like, were they ex-boyfriend and girlfriend? Hold on. They just say a few things that might suggest they had a history together. It's sort of a mysterious pairing. Number 21 is Yelan and Shenhe. Their score is 5.54. Two iced cold baddies. I think the fan art of these two pops off so hard. They're both gorgeous, sort of mysterious women. Number 20 is Lumine and Child. Average of 5.65. Apparently the hey girly hold still was not powerful enough to push them higher on the list. I am surprised to see them so low personally. Number 19 is Ito and Sarah. Their average was 5.66. This is definitely Sarah's more popular ship versus the one with A, and quite a popular one for Ito as well. I personally think their dynamic is super cute. You know, Sarah's a very lawful individual and Ito is just trying to have a great time. Number 18 is Fischl and Bennett. Average 5.85. What is this one called? Beneficial fishnet, if you will. These two are just a couple of dorks. The cosplay queen with the clumsy shonen protagonist boy. Number 17, Ayaka and Lumine. Average 5.96. It appears that Lumine is the more popular ship with Ayaka than her brother Aether is. Again, very similar concept here with the cute storyline during Ayaka's story quest, taking the traveler out on almost a little date. A very sweet, sort of innocent pair. Number 16 is Bennett and Razor. Their average was 6.07. If Bennett and Fischl were a couple of dorks, then Bennett and Razor are a couple of feral boys. It's giving going on adventures and smelling rocks. Why are they smelling rocks? Number 15, Kazuha and Tomo. Their average was 6.15. Very tragic ship, unfortunately. Tomo is no longer with us, but Kazuha misses him very dearly. This is one of those pairings that I definitely feel emotional about when I think of, so not surprised that they're pretty high up on this list. Number 14 is Child and Zhongli. Their average was 6.16. I am kind of shocked to see them so low on this list. I feel like these two are telling a lot of stories and speaking philosophically with each other. Number 13 is Xiao and Lumine. Their average was 6.2. Oh my gosh, that little hand grip when Xiao saves the traveler during that one cutscene just sends me every time. Number 12 is Kaching and Ganyu. Their average is 6.28. Two work-oriented, sort of serious queens, perhaps finding respite in each other after a long day on the grind. Number 11 is Dia and Dunyarzad. Average score of 6.48. Now their interactions were within that Archon quest recently in Sumeru. Dia is this protective figure over Dunyarzad who was chronically ill and needed to be watched over, but she didn't really want protection, you know? The classic tale. I don't need you to watch me, but also you can hang out because I kind of like your vibe. We are finally to the top 10. Number 10 is Xiao and Aether. Their average was 6.82. According to the community, Xiao and Aether is apparently mildly cuter than Xiao and Lumine. Number 9 is Candace and Dia. Their average was 6.83. This is an interesting one because they're both the protective type. Neither of them need saving. leaving. But they sort of bond because they have similar roles in their different cities that they inhabit. Number 8 is Ayato and Toma. Their average was 7.33. We have broken the 7.0 on the scale. Now they got a lot of secrets. Toma has worked with the Kamisatos for a long time. He speaks very respectfully of Ayato, and Ayato seems to, you know, oh, he's my little puppy dog, you know, that Toma. Number 7, Jean and Lisa, with an average of 7.43. One of the most early ships in Genshin. These two interact quite a lot in the first Archon quest. The Mondstadt wives. Lisa has always been the very flirty type, but she does have a soft spot for Jean, and Jean has one for Lisa as well. Number 6, Amber and Eula. Their average is 7.78. Eula is a pretty misunderstood type of person. However, Amber, she seems to be open and understanding to Eula, and Eula appreciates Amber as well. We've made it to the top 5. Number 5 is Alhaitham and Kaveh. Average 7.92. Alhaitham and Kaveh are the old married couple who aren't married, who have been bickering for years. They wear each other's socks, I bet. The bickering is cute, I have to say. Number 4 is Tignati and Sino. Their average is 7.94. Another more recent ship. These two have a sort of similar vibe. They don't bicker as much. There's more of a mutual respect here. They both respect each other greatly. They look out for each other. It's so sweet. Number 3 is A and Yai Miko. Their average was 7.95. In the Inazuma Archon quest, Yai definitely helped A rediscover herself and deal with a lot of her past traumas. Despite the fact that Yai is very flirty and it seems slightly disconnected, I suppose that people know that her and A are like lifetime partners in a way. You know, they have this like intense closeness to them that maybe they don't show off publicly, but we know. Number 2 is Xingqiu and Chongyun. Their average was 8.06. Another classic ship. These two are very cute. They both got their funky blue haircuts and their cool toned vibes. And the number 1 most loved ship in Genshin Impact, according to you guys, is Ningguang and Beidou. Their average was 8.58. We all knew that they were at least gonna be in the top 3. I am not surprised at all to see these two at the top. This is a chef's kiss, opposites attract sort of situation. You know, we have the very refined Ningguang, and then we have the rough and tough out on the open sea Beidou. Two Liyue ladies. When they interact, they almost have this playfulness to them that's very sweet. You know, it brings out some sides in each of them that we don't get to see when they're on their own. And as I've said before about a few of the other couples, they have nice designs that look good together. So very popular for fan art. So that is the ranking. Any surprises? What did you guys think? I'm a little surprised by what I've seen here today, but now that we've gotten through the ranking, I'm gonna go to the bottom and look through these short answer segments like I usually do. So this first question I asked, who is your favorite pairing out of all the ones I listed above, and what about their dynamic do you enjoy the most? It looks like most people are just telling me their favorite ship. I kind of wanted people to explain why. Ito and Goro. I love how Ito doesn't know he's Miss Hina, and also Goro makes him feel warm and fuzzy. I forgot about the Miss Hina thing. That explains the Ito and Goro. Of course, Ito likes Miss Hina, and that is Goro's like alter ego. Kaya and Albedo, because the possibility of their connections to Conria could be linked. And I like the idea that they babysit Klee together. Okay, potential Conrian links, I see. Ito Sara, dumb X serious, a classic. A Miko, old woman. Fischl and Bennett, I feel like with their personalities, they would get in some of the most funny and chaotic situations together. Saito and Tignati, the dad jokes and the sassiness. Alright, and the next for fun question I have is, who do you ship yourself with? This was just for giggles. No one is the first response. Oh my god. Your mom, classic response. Everyone's saying none. I don't believe you, dude. I do not believe you. There's so many no ones. And your moms. Lots of people ship with my mom apparently, or this person who ships with a dash. That's fine. All right, well, that is all the responses we're gonna look over. Thank you to everybody, as always, who participated. These community surveys are always so fun to conduct and to read through your responses. Hopefully they're just as fun to participate in and then, you know, see the video and watch what everybody else thinks. If you have an idea for a future community poll survey, please feel free to leave it in the comments below. If you've not seen my previous ones, we did enemy hotness, ranking character hotness in general, which characters you guys like. So those are the ones we've already covered. Go check those out too while you're at it. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!